So I really thought that this was satire. I thought that this was the Babylon Bee, but no, this is for real. Karine Jean-Pierre is leaving the Democrat Party, all right, as outlined in her new book, Independent. She tells her story of feeling disillusion with the Democrat politics after serving in 2 Democrat administrations and calls for thinking outside the party lines. Yeah, this is just a DEI Jake Tapper, although Jake Tapper is equally worthless by now. The first black woman and openly gay White House, the DEI, anybody? Press secretary says that Americans need to save the country by freeing ourselves of boxes. Additionally, she highlights the importance of dismantling the torrent of disinformation and misinformation. Yeah, Karine Jean-Pierre said that on a video, and we'll see it right now. Self-proclaimed queer historical figure, Karine Jean-Pierre has now left the Democrat Party and is selling a book that nobody will buy, just like Jake Tapper's.
Hi, I'm Karine Jean-Pierre, and I am the author of a new book that's coming out this fall called Independent. It's coming out on October 21st, so please do grab it. And the reason
we
wrote this book coming out of the White House, you know, serving as White House press secretary was an honor and a privilege. But since I have left, the people that come up to me, strangers that come up to me.
No strangers have come up to you. No, nobody. That never happened.
Just across the country as I'm traveling, and sometimes right in my neighborhood, at a grocery store, supermarket.
People avoid you actively. People try not to look you in the eye. People act like if you smell.
Airport, my daughter's school, the number one question they ask me is, Karine, how do we get out of this? How do we protect our democracy? How do we protect vulnerable communities among us? What do we do next? Because we don't have answers here. That's what they ask me. And this is my answer. And what I mean by that,
I'm seeing the book. The book is quite big, right? She couldn't have written that in 6 months or so. That book must have been prepared for at least 1 year in advance. 1 year is the bare minimum to get that book ready for a launch in October. Who's gonna buy that in October of this year? Who's really October 21? And there's even a typo in there. October. Huh.
That is in an
maybe as a Halloween gift, perhaps.
Era of misinformation, disinformation, the regressiveness of social policy, what we're seeing currently right now. What I have decided to do, and I really
she did the hand on chest. She did the gesture of the hand on the chest, the humble hand on chest gesture.
What I have decided to do, and I really have thought long and hard about this, is to follow my own compass. And that's what I've done. And that's what this book does. And here's the truth. And here's how I will lay it out to you.
Whose truth are you going to say, Karine? Because it's like you are not well experienced telling the truth.
I think we need to stop thinking in boxes and think outside of our boxes and not be so partisan. And the way that I see moving forward in this space that we're in right now is if you are willing to stand side by side with me, regardless of your how you identify politically, and as long as you respect the community that I belong to and vulnerable communities that I respect,
all right.
I will be there with you.
No, we don't want that. We don't. We're fine, thank you. We are on our own, doing very well, thank you.
I will move forward with you. And that is, I think, so important. So this book, Independent, it's about looking outside of boxes, not just always being in a partisan stance. And how do we move forward together?
This is to save my career because nobody in their right mind will hire me in anything. Mace, big shout out to Mace Moore. He did a great compilation of Karine Jean-Pierre's top lies. One of the many compilations of Karine Jean-Pierre's outrageous lies that I made during her time as press secretary. Now she's getting in on the grift and releasing a book about the Biden administration. This gets more ridiculous every day. And the good thing is, there is a silver lining in all this. The more these people criticize what happened during the Biden administration, the less Democrat voters are going to trust their leaders. Yeah, we know that there are people that will vote Democrat no matter what. Okay, that's one thing. But there are people that still are using their brain, that they're not completely brainwashed. So
It would be wrong to think that the border is open. It is not open.
spoiler alert, it was open.
We're been down to the border. The possible next speaker says that he wants him to go with him. So is he going to?
So look, he's been there. He's been to the border. And since he took office...
When did he go to the border?
But that's not how it works. Like, we actually... No.
I know that that's not what you guys want to happen, but that is what has happened.
But that's not... It's not like somebody walks over and... That's not...
She needed to do the meme, you can't just walk across the border.
That's not how...
Exactly what's happening.
Well,
Thousands of people are walking in a day. Some of them turn themselves over. Some of them are caught. Tens of thousands a week are not. That is what is happening.
it is not that simple. It's not just that people are walking across
Lucy should write the prologue to her book.
across the border. They want to secure the border. We've been doing that work on our own. The president has done the work to deal with what we're seeing at the border since day one. Because when you look at inflation, when we look at where we are economically, and we are stronger economically than we have been in history.
In history.
What we saw on January 6th was the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War.
No, thank you, Mace. Again, this is again the Nick Sartori just ended up spending years in a line and covering up Biden's cognitive decline. Karine Jean-Pierre announced that she is leaving. This is going to happen more and more. You're gonna see it repeatedly with other figures from the Democrat Party. My video's all glitchy. Oh, I have this glitch lately. It's working now. Okay, it's working now. I talk about the Democrats. My video gets all glitchy all of a sudden. This is going to happen more, a lot more, because they're going to realize that the monster that they built around all this DEI about kids, let's say all the puberty blockers, all those monstrosities that they pushed, all the insecurity across the border, the destruction of the economy, and trying to, let's say, turn the tables in terms of elections and not lose an election ever again. You know how? Well, they are waking up that they cannot deal with that monster. And since they cannot deal with that monster, they have to go. Some of them are going anywhere else. Where are they going? I really don't care. But I do know one thing. I will have a lot of fun making videos about that. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Remember to like and subscribe. The more you subscribe, the more you like, the more you share these videos, the faster this channel will grow. Much love and bliss.